Good morning everyone. We already done with first chapter from your syllabus, that is rotational dynamics. Right now we are going to start with your second chapter from your physics textbook, that is mechanical properties of fluids. This chapter will be there for 5 marks without option and for 7 marks with option in your question paper. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about what is fluid, properties of ideal fluid, properties of normal fluids, pressure, pressure due to liquid column, atmospheric pressure, absolute pressure and Gauss pressure with its application. Let's start one by one. As an introductory part, we know that fluid mechanics is the branch of physics that studies fluids. Fluids means liquids, gaseous and plasmas, and the forces on them. Fluid mechanics can be divided into fluid statics, the study of fluids at rest, fluid kinematics, the study of fluids in motion, and fluid dynamics, the study of the effect of forces on fluid motion. These kind of n number of branches are there for our study in fluid mechanics. It is a branch of continuum mechanics, the subject which models matter without using the information that it is made out of atoms, that is, it models matter from macroscopic viewpoint rather than from a microscopic viewpoint. Fluid mechanics, especially fluid dynamics, is an active field of research with many unsolved or partly solved problems. Fluid mechanics can be mathematically complex, but it can best be solved by numerical methods, typically using computers. A modern discipline called computational fluid dynamics is devoted to this approach to solving fluid mechanics problems. Particle image, velocimetry, and experimental method for visualizing and analyzing fluid flow also takes advantage of the highly visual nature of fluid flow. We already discussed the behavior of solids under the action of force. Among three states of matter, that is solid, liquid and gaseous, a solid merely maintains its fixed shape and volume even if a large force is applied to it. Liquids and gases do not have their own shape and they take the shape of the containing vessel. Due to this, liquids and gases flow under the action of external force. It means the concept of fluid is any substance that can flow. Therefore, liquids and gases collectively are called as fluids. It either has no rigidity or its rigidity is very low. We often experience the pressure exerted by a fluid at rest and in motion also. Viscosity and surface tension play very important role in nature. This is like one of the most important application of fluid mechanics. We are going to study these two properties in detail throughout this chapter. Now, let us discuss few basic characteristics of fluid and then we'll move towards properties. As we already discussed, anything which can flow is called as fluid. It is a substance that performs continuously under the action of external force. Fluid is the phase of matter that includes liquid, gases and plasmas too. We know that mechanical properties of liquids and gases are quite similar and we are going to discuss these kind of properties in this chapter. shear modulus of fluid is 0. Now what is shear modulus? In 11th standard, we discuss about elasticity. In that, we discuss about Young's modulus, bulk modulus and modulus of rigidity. According to Hooke's law, stress is directly proportional to strain. And this ratio of stress and strain is called as modulus. For solid substances, the modulus of elasticity is called as shear modulus. Fluid cannot be with solid substances. That's why shear modulus of the fluid is 0. Fluids are substances which cannot resist any shear force applied to them. Oppose नहीं करता ये. A fluid flows under the action of a force or a pressure gradient. Now what is gradient? Pressure changes with length or distance, that is called as pressure gradient. We can consider air, water, floor duct, toothpaste. Like common examples of fluids, molten lava is again we call it as a fluid. Behavior of the fluid in motion is normally complicated. Why? Because of to study their properties, it's not so much easy. We can understand fluids by making some simple assumptions only. We introduce this concept of an ideal fluid to understand its behavior. So, let's go through properties of ideal fluid first and then move towards properties of normal fluid. What is main property of ideal fluid? It is incompressible. Matlab, the density of this substance is always remains constant. Second, its flow is irrotational. It means its flow is smooth. There is no turbulences in this flow. Means turbulent flow, irregular flow, right? Then it is non-viscous. There is no internal friction in this flow. That is, fluid has no viscosity. Its flow is steady. It means its velocity at each point is constant in time. There is difference between definitely solid and a fluid. Solids can be subjected to a shear stress, but we already discussed that shear modulus of fluid is always 0. Solids opposes the shear stress either by developing a restoring force or they require a certain initial stress before they deform and start flowing. In other concept, ideal fluids can only be subjected to normal compressive stress. Fluids offer a very weak resistance for their deformation. These fluids display viscosity and so they are capable of being subjected to low levels of shear stress. We are going to discuss about properties of normal fluid. Matter exists in two states, a solid state and a fluid state. This classification of matter is based on the spacing between different molecules of matter as well as on the behavior of matter when subjected to stress. Because molecules in solid state are spaced very closely, solid possesses compactness and rigidity of form. The molecules in fluid can move more freely within the fluid mass and therefore the fluids do not possess any rigidity of form. They do not oppose deformation they directly get permanently deformed. They have ability to flow. They have ability to take a shape of the container. A fluid exhibits these all properties because it cannot opposes a shear stress when they are at static equilibrium. Static का meaning होता है steady form. There is one branch of fluid which deals with its all properties when they are at rest. This is called as hydrostatics. In that, we are going to discuss about what is pressure, then what is Gauss pressure, what is pressure due to liquid column, what is absolute pressure and atmospheric pressure too. Before that, there are few more properties of fluids. One of them is viscosity, then surface tension, then compressibility. What is viscosity? Viscosity is measure of the fluid's resistance to flow. It describes the natural internal friction of moving fluid. A fluid with large viscosity resists motion because its molecular makeup gives it a lot of internal friction. A fluid with low viscosity flows easily because its molecular makeup results in very little friction when it is in motion. Gases also have viscosity, although it is a little harder to notice it in ordinary circumstances. ये सब हुआ viscosity के बारे में. Now, moving towards next point, there are few applications of viscosity too. Transparent and storing facilities for fluids, that is pipes or tanks. Bitumen used for road construction. Designing of the sewer line or any other pipe flow viscosity play an important role in finding out its flow behavior. Drilling for oil and gas requires sensitive viscosity. To maintain the performance of machine and automobiles by deforming thickness of lubricating oil or motor oil. So these are few applications of viscosity which works on the basis of fluid mechanics. A fluid at rest exerts a force on the surface of contact. The surface may be in the form of wall or the bottom of the open container of the fluid. The normal force exerted by a fluid at rest per unit surface area of contact. Let me repeat. A normal force exerted by a fluid at rest per unit surface area of container at contact is called pressure. Its formula is given by force upon area. According to that, its unit will be for force Newton, for area meter square, so Newton per meter square. And according to the study of dimensional analysis, dimensions become L raised to minus 1, M raised to 1, T raised to minus 2. One of the most important name of unit is Pascal. Right? So this is basic information of pressure. Let's go through kind of deep information. Pressure is the ratio of the force to the area over which that force is distributed. Pressure is force per unit area applied in the direction perpendicular to the surface of an object. Gauge pressure also spell दोनों टाइप से कर सकते हैं. गेज प्रेशर भी बोलते हैं, गॉज प्रेशर भी बोलते हैं. It is the pressure relative to the local atmospheric or ambient pressure. Pressure is measured in any unit of force divided by any unit of area. As we already discussed, it is Newton per meter square. It is Pascal also. of, even you can say there is change in Pascal unit again. That change is called as hectopascal also, 1 bar also. So there are n number of names of that quantity pressure and its unit. A pressure of 1 Pascal is small. It approximately equal to the pressure exerted by a dollar bill resetting flat on table. Everyday pressure are often started in kilopascals. जैसे मैंने आपको बताया, and 1 kilopascal is 1000 Pascal. Now, we can already discuss this thing, formula. There are few concepts related to pressure. It is a scalar quantity. It relates the vector surface element, that is a vector normal to the surface, with the normal force acting on it. The pressure is the scalar proportionality constant that relates the two normal vectors. The minus sign comes from the fact that the force is considered towards the surface element, while the normal vector point outwards. It is incorrect to say the pressure is directed in such or such directions. The pressure as a scalar has no direction. The force given by the previous relationship to the quantity has a direction, but the pressure does not. If we change the orientation of the surface element, the direction of the normal force changes accordingly, but the pressure remains same. Pressure is transmitted to solid boundaries or across arbitrary sections of fluid, normal to these boundaries or sections at every point. It is a fundamental parameter in thermodynamics and it is conjugate to volume. These are very, very important concepts regarding pressure, important for your MCQs. The concept of pressure is useful in dealing with fluids too, that is liquids and gases. As fluids do not have definite shape and volume, it is convenient to use the quantities pressure and density rather than force and mass when studying hydrostatics and hydrodynamics. Now we are going to start with application of this pressure. First of all, we are going to find out pressure due to liquid column, then atmospheric pressure, then absolute pressure, then gauge pressure, and then pressure at a depth h below the water surface, above the water surface, etc., etc. So let's start with that applications. First of all, we are going to study about pressure due to a liquid column. You can see it over here. One vessel we considered is filled with a liquid. We are going to calculate the pressure exerted by this imaginary cylinder of cross-sectional area, which we consider as A inside the container. Density of the fluid we consider as rho. As we all know, density is mass upon volume. And height of imaginary cylinder we consider as h. Now we know that the downward force which applies on liquid column is F is equal to mg. Right? मतलब उसका जो weight exert हुआ है वो कहाँ पे हुआ है? On the bottom of the cylinder. And we know that when any force acting on downward direction, we consider it as a F is equal to mg. और यही upward direction में हम लोग क्या consider करते हैं? ma. Now we know the normal pressure का definition, force upon area. Here we have force is equal to F upon A. F is equal to mg. Already हमने discuss किया हुआ है. जो bottom पे pressure exert हुआ है, that is F is equal to mg. So P will be mg upon A. नाउ यहाँ पे हमने उसका डेंसिटी रो कंसिडर किया है, लिक्विड कॉलम है, m का वैल्यू हमें ढूंढना पड़ेगा. रो इज इक्वल टू मास अपॉन वॉल्यूम, दैट्स वाई मास विल बी रो इनटू वॉल्यूम. सही बात है. नाउ रो तो डेंसिटी है, व्हाट इज वॉल्यूम, एरिया इंटू हाइट होता है सिलेंडर का. सो a इंटू एच हो गया, दैट इज वॉल्यूम ऑफ सिलेंडर इंटू रो एज इट इज. सो ये आ गया ए एच रो. नाउ मेरे पास इक्वेशन क्या है, P इज इक्वल टू एम जी अपॉन ए. m का वैल्यू आया ए एच रो. ये ए एच रो यहाँ सब्स्टिट्यूट कर देते हैं, P क्या मिलेगा हमें, ए एच रो इन प्लेस ऑफ m, g अपॉन ए गेट्स कैंसिल, P इज इक्वल टू एच रो g. ये क्या आया, प्रेशर ड्यू टू अ लिक्विड कॉलम. सही बात है. दिस इज प्रेशर at rest with density rho and at a depth h below the free surface of water. Pressure does not depend on area of imaginary cylinder. यहाँ पे देखो कहाँ पर भी एरिया का कोई भी एग्जिस्टेंस नहीं बचा हुआ है. सो P इज इक्वल टू एच रो जी, मतलब ये जो इक्वेशन है इट इज इंडिपेंडेंट विथ एरिया. सही बात है. एज वेल एज the pressure exerted by a fluid at rest, it is independent of the shape and size of the container. This is true for liquids as well as for the gaseous too. Clear hai? So this is about pressure due to liquid column. Next point which we are going to discuss is what is atmospheric pressure. Here is the concept of atmospheric pressure. We know that Earth's atmosphere is made up of fluid, namely air. It exerts downward force due to its weight. The pressure due to this force is called atmospheric force. So, the pressure of the atmosphere at any point is equal to the weight of a column of air of unit cross-sectional area exiting extending from that point to the top of the atmosphere. At sea level, it is 1.013 into 10 raised to 5 Pascal, which we called as 1 ATM. ये आप अंडरलाइन करके रख लीजिए, न्यूमेरिकल के लिए वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. एज वी ऑल नो पी ए इज इक्वल टू रो जी एच. 76 सेंटीमीटर एट सी लेवल इक्विवेलेंट टू 1 एटमॉस्फेयर. A pressure equivalent to 1 mm is called as torricelli. 1 torricelli is equal to 133 Pascal. In meteorology, a common unit is bar and millibar. 1 bar is equal to 10 raised to 5 Pascal. ये सारी चीज़ें आपको आपके MCQs में, न्यूमेरिकल्स में बहुत काम आने वाली है. सो जस्ट गो थ्रू दिस ऑल थिंग्स, ऑल वैल्यूज, बिकॉज ऑफ एनी time we want conversion factor for the numerical. So this is main requirement for that. Right? Now, we know that the atmospheric pressure is highest at the surface of the earth, at the sea level, and decreases as we go above the surface as the height of the column of air above decreases. Atmospheric pressure at sea level, we already discussed, is called atmospheric pressure. The density of air in the atmosphere decreases with increase in height and become negligible beyond the height of about 8 km, so that the height of air column producing atmospheric pressure at sea level. The region where gas pressure is less than the atmospheric pressure is called as vacuum. Perfect or absolute vacuum is when no matter, that is no atoms or molecules are present. Vacuum refers to conditions when the gas pressure is considerably smaller than the atmospheric pressure. Moving towards next, what is absolute pressure and what do you mean by gauge pressure? Here we are going to find out equation for pressure due to the imaginary cylinder of fluid at depth h below the surface of liquid. For that, we are going to discuss about this diagram. You can see an imaginary cylinder. Inside that, we consider a tank filled with water. We consider imaginary cylinder of horizontal base area that as per previous we consider it as a capital A. हाइट यहाँ पे आपको दिख जाएगा h है, लेकिन h डायरेक्टली नहीं दिया हुआ है. h आपको मिलेगा x1 minus x2. x1 and x2 are the heights measured from the reference point. One is at top, one is at bottom. There are vertical forces acting on cylinder F1 and F2. F1 acts downwards at the top surface of the cylinder, and this force is due to the weight of the water column above the cylinder. F2 acts upwards at the bottom surface of the cylinder, and this is due to the water below the cylinder. F1 F2 clear हो गया. Now gravitational force वहाँ पे है, mg है. This force on the water enclosed in the cylinder. Mass है of the water in the cylinder is m. The water is in static equilibrium. The forces on the cylinder are balanced. अब ये बैलेंस है का मतलब क्या है, देखो F1 डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्टेड, mg डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्टेड, F2 अपवर्ड डायरेक्टेड. तो यहाँ पे हम इक्वेशन क्या लिख सकते हैं, F2 बैलेंस कर रहा है, मतलब F2 जो अपवर्ड डायरेक्टेड है वो दोनों डाउनवर्ड डायरेक्टेड फोर्सेस को बैलेंस कर रहा है. एक है F1, दूसरा है mg. सो यू कैन राइट F2 इज इक्वल टू F1 प्लस mg. जब बेटा ये मैं डिस्क्राइब कर रही हूँ, एक्सप्लेन कर रही हूँ, यू हैव टू बी विथ योर टेक्स्ट बुक एंड नोटबुक, राइट. सो लेट्स मूव टूवर्ड्स इक्वेशनल पार्ट. हमने फर्स्ट इक्वेशन क्या लिखा, F2 इज इक्वल टू F1 प्लस mg. नाउ F1 F2 दोनों के वैल्यू हम लिख सकते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ वी नो दैट pressure is equal to force upon area. In that same manner, pressure is equal to, pressure is equal to force upon area. So force is equal to pressure into area, right? So pressure into area easily लिख सकते हो. यहाँ पे देखो आपने इसका A1 कंसिडर किया है एरिया, इसका A2 कंसिडर किया है एरिया. इस एरिया का प्रेशर है P1 जहाँ पे F1 फोर्स है, इस एरिया पे प्रेशर है P2 जहाँ पे F2 फोर्स है. तो डेफिनेटली हम लोग F1 F2 का वैल्यू इजीली लिख सकते हैं. F1 हो जाएगा P1 A1 एंड F2 हो जाएगा P2 A2. आई रिपीट, फॉर फोर्स F1 हमें पता है फोर्स इज इक्वल टू प्रेशर इनटू एरिया. सो F1 आप लिख सकते हो P1 A1 एंड आप F2 लिख सकते हो P2 A2. बट ये आइडेंटिकल सिलेंडर है तो A1 और A2 बोथ आर हैविंग सेम वैल्यूज. सो A1 इज इक्वल टू A2 है. सो वी कैन राइट F1 is equal to P1A, F2 is equal to P2A. I hope I am clear up to this point, right? Then हमें क्या करना है, P is equal to H rho G पता है, उसमें से हमें क्या मिल गया, H डायरेक्टली है, G डायरेक्टली है, रो ढूंढना पड़ेगा. रो मतलब है डेंसिटी, डेंसिटी एंड वॉल्यूम, इनका जब आप प्रोडक्ट लेते हो आपको मिलता है मास. सो m इज इक्वल टू क्या आएगा, h रो g. सही बात है. m इज इक्वल टू हमें पता है डेंसिटी इनटू वॉल्यूम. प्रेशर इज इक्वल टू होता है h रो g. तो हम लोग क्या करेंगे, मास पहले ढूंढते हैं, उसके बाद वो वैल्यू सब्स्टिट्यूट करेंगे. सही बात है. सो मास इज इक्वल टू डेंसिटी इनटू वॉल्यूम. डेंसिटी एज इट इज, वॉल्यूम जैसे कि हमें पता है एरिया इंटू हाइट. एरिया है A, हाइट x1 माइनस x2 है. तो मास का वैल्यू कितना आ गया, रो ए इंटू x1 माइनस x2। यहां तक आप देख लो वो स्टेप सारे। Now, moving towards next step, we know that हमारे पास दो तीन इक्वेशन है। फर्स्ट इक्वेशन हमारे पास था F2 इज इक्वल टू F1 प्लस mg। सेकेंड इक्वेशन हमारे पास था F1 इज इक्वल टू P1A एंड F2 इज इक्वल टू P2A। एंड थर्ड इक्वेशन हमारे पास था m इज इक्वल टू रो a x1 माइनस x2। अब हम क्या करेंगे, F2 इज इक्वल टू F1 प्लस mg, ये जो हमारे पास इक्वेशन है उसमें सारे वैल्यूज डालेंगे। F2 इज इक्वल टू P2A, F1 इज इक्वल टू P1A एंड mg की जगह, m की जगह क्या आया, रो a x1 माइनस x2 एंड g। ए तीनों साइड का कैंसिल कर दीजिए, बचेगा क्या, P2 इज इक्वल टू P1 प्लस रो g x1 माइनस x2। सो ये इक्वेशन अंडरलाइन करके रखना है। दिस इज प्रेशर इनसाइड द लिक्विड, हमें फाइंड आउट करने के लिए लगता है, दिस वी कॉल्ड एज द एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर टू, राइट। नाउ नेक्स्ट कंसेप्ट है प्रेशर एट डेप्थ h बिलो द सरफेस ऑफ लिक्विड। ये हमने क्या फाइंड आउट किया, ड्यू टू एन इमेजिनरी सिलेंडर ऑफ फ्लूइड। अब हम क्या फाइंड आउट करेंगे, एट डेप्थ below the surface of liquid. For that we are going to find out pressure at depth h below the liquid surface. We consider one cylinder, right? तो पॉइंट 1 पे उसका प्रेशर है, दैट इज टॉप पे उसका प्रेशर हमने कंसिडर किया P1, बॉटम पे उसका प्रेशर हमने कंसिडर किया P0, मतलब P2 हम बेसिकली देखेंगे। देन मास हमने कंसिडर किया m, एरिया एज इट इज h, हाइट कंसिडर किया अगेन, आई एम सॉरी, एरिया a, हाइट h, डेंसिटी रो। नाउ एज वी ऑल नो दैट व्हेन वी कंसिडर हाइट x1 माइनस x2, वहां पे x1 क्या है, अपर मोस्ट लेवल है, x2 विद द सेम पॉइंट एट डेप्थ h बिलो द सरफेस, P0 हमने कंसिडर किया एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर। देन हम लोग बेसिकली क्या करने जा रहे हैं, सेम वैल्यू को टर्न करने जा रहे हैं। जो हमने अभी देखा P2 इज इक्वल टू P1 प्लस रो जी x1 माइनस x2, उसकी जगह बस हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं, आप यहाँ पे समझ लो, हम बस P1 माइनस P2 और P2 माइनस P1 ये वैल्यू ढूंढने जा रहे हैं। जो वैल्यू आपको मिलने वाली है वो हम एज अ एट डेप्थ बोल के यूज करने वाले। यहाँ पे देखो P2 इज इक्वल टू P1 प्लस रो जी x1 माइनस x2, ये आपने लिया। सो यहाँ पे x1 माइनस x2 इज इक्वल टू क्या है, h है। सो P2 इज इक्वल टू P1 प्लस रो जी h आ जाएगा। सही बात है, ये टर्म यहाँ पे ही रखना है, ये टर्म उस साइड दे देना है, मतलब P2 माइनस P1 इज इक्वल टू क्या आएगा, h रो g। क्लियर है, ये हो गया आपका एट डेप्थ h। उसके लिए बस हम चेंज क्या कर रहे हैं, हम पकड़ रहे हैं कि P2 जो है वो P है, P1 जो है एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर है, दैट इज P0। तो ये चेंज क्या होने वाला है, यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो x1 0, x2 माइनस h, P1 P0, P2 P। सो P इज इक्वल टू P0 प्लस h रो g, राइट। इट मीन्स P माइनस P0 इज इक्वल टू h रो g। दिस इज equation gives total pressure, or we call it as a absolute pressure at depth h. It is a sum of P0 जो दिया हुआ है, it is a pressure due to the atmosphere which acts on the surface of the liquid, and आगे का जो h rho g है वो pressure due to the liquid at depth h। ऑलरेडी हमने ये दोनों के दोनों क्या किए थे, डिराइव किए हुए थे। एक एटमॉस्फेरिक प्रेशर क्या है वो हमने डिराइव किया था, एक एब्सोल्यूट प्रेशर क्या है वो हमने डिराइव किया था, एंड एट डेप्थ h नॉर्मल प्रेशर कितना हो सकता है ये भी हमने डिराइव किया था। मतलब ये क्या है, दोनों का मिलके सम है, एक प्रेशर ड्यू टू एटमॉस्फेयर है एंड एक प्रेशर ड्यू टू लिक्विड एट डेप्थ h है, राइट। ये क्वेश्चन नहीं आता आपको सॉल्व करने के लिए, बस आगे जो हम लोग फाइंड आउट करने जा रहे हैं, क्या हम फाइंड आउट करने जा रहे हैं, हाइड्रोस्टैटिक पैराडॉक्स के जो हम कंडीशंस फाइंड आउट करने जा रहे हैं, उस कंडीशन में ये इक्वेशन आपको लॉजिकली लगाने हैं, इसकी वजह से हम लोगों ने ये इक्वेशन डिस्कस की, राइट? So the points which we listed out, we're done with that all points for this lecture. In next lecture, we are going to start with hydrostatic paradox, applications, then Pascal's law, then applications of Pascal's law, that is hydraulic lift, hydraulic brakes, hydraulic lift also, then open tube manometer, mercury barometer, and much more. I'll stop here for now. I know these all things are theory part, but very easy to write because of you can use your own language. So don't get bored, because of after this lecture there will be only the derivational part, right? So I'll stop here for now. Have a nice day. Thank you.